Hey guys, welcome back to GTA Magic. Today we'll talk about what the GTA 6 story will look like. Let's head into it. Number 1. Where will it be set? According to the rumors, it's all hands on deck for Rockstar's GTA 6, codenamed Project Americas. It's not just one or two studios working on it, but all across the developer's global portfolio of studios. The game is reportedly set in both Vice City, the GTA universe's take on Miami, and a new fictional location based on Rio de Janeiro, but there will also be some linear missions taking place in Liberty City, which is GTA's version of New York. Also been recently hearing about Cuba, said Jack-O-Lantern 1982, but I ain't sure. The game will balance Rockstar's trademark realism and attention to detail with more arcade-like gameplay, so it won't be quite as realistic and slow-paced as the company's Wild West epic, Red Dead Redemption 2. The series will also reportedly revert back to having just one playable protagonist, after GTA 5 featured 3 players that could swap between, and this character will be male, not female, despite supposed leaks.
Get down there! Alright, everybody pays attention, no one gets hurt!
Number 2. What will the story be? GTA 6's narrative is thought to span across the both 70s and 80s, and will see you play as an up-and-coming drug lord wannabe, starting off as a grunt doing runs as a cocaine smuggler from Vice City to the new South American area, before making connections with big-time drug lords and making your way up. The plot will also reportedly discuss topics such as HIV and the immigration crisis of the time. To reflect the game's expansive story, buildings and vehicles are said to change over the eras, so certain cars will only be available in certain time periods. The game's economy also reflects the changing times, which has caused headaches for the developers according to Jack-O-Lantern 1982, so older, rare classic cars get more expensive as time progresses. The game is said to feature a chapter system, similar to a Tarantino flick, and the weather may be a heavy focus, with hurricanes and floods all coming into play. Number 3. Heavily inspired by Netflix's Narcos. GTA 6 is reportedly heavily inspired by Netflix's Narcos, with a drug empire building mechanic and an appearance from a young Martin Madrazo and his father, who was a big drug lord at the time. You do some missions for the Madrazo family involving hits on the other gangs. You'll only be able to carry a limited number of weapons on your person, no arsenal in your back pocket. Your personal vehicle will be like your horse's saddle in Red Dead Redemption, and all of your equipment will be stored in the trunk. You also store your body armor in the car. If you wear it, it appears. It's no longer just an invisible thing. There will be tons of subtitle reading because the characters speak the language they're native to. Very immersive, like watching an episode of Narcos. Whenever you're in South America, don't expect to hear much English. Vice City, however, is a mix of everything, mostly English though.
We need to split up. They're gonna be looking for a crew.
I'll wire your cuts when the rocks have been sold.
Number 4. GTA 6 news. Nowadays, we tend to wait for the best part of a decade between new games, like GTA and Borderlands, but that might not necessarily be the case going forward. In an interview with GamesIndustry.biz, Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick suggested that better development tools and bigger teams could shorten these gaps. It could also mean that such games may be a bit shorter, while still be robustly supported post-launch. To mitigate crunch time is another reason the next GTA could be shorter, as Kotaku says in its report. One plan that management has laid out for the next game, a new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series, is to start without a moderately sized release, which by Rockstar standards would still be a large game. That is then expanded with regular updates over time, which may help mitigate stress and crunch. Rockstar employees are speaking out about the positive changes the company is making after it was scrutinized following the crunch time over Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm sorry, dude. I didn't have my contacts in, you know?
Number 5. GTA 6 map. The rumor mill has been crunching with talk of a London GTA 6 setting, but while England's Big Smoke is said to be the only non-US setting Rockstar would consider, Hauser appeared to debunk the rumor in The Guardian's interview with him. He said, "I think for us, my gut feeling is GTA London was cool for the time, but games were more limited then. These days, I think we would love to set a game in the UK, set in London, whatever, but I don't know if it would be a GTA game."
Welcome to my shop, honey.
You get that article I sent you?
Number 6. GTA 6 story. A GTA 6 story could take any shape. Across the Grand Theft Auto series, narratives have covered a broad spectrum of ideas and tones, from the cynical critique of capitalism portrayed in GTA 4 to the relatively light and humorous GTA 5. We're not aware of any specific GTA 6 story beats as yet. It remains to be seen if there will be multiple protagonists once again, but we would love to see GTA 6 herald the inclusion of the first female GTA protagonist. In a 2013 interview with The Guardian, Dan Houser explained why a woman wasn't playable in GTA 5 and how the team could make it happen in the future. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it, hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.